So we are on week 10, chapter 16, group quiz. Let me go to the quiz on my computer. Question 1. Oh, it's really quiet. So if anybody wants to say anything, please feel free, because I feel like everything's silenced and it's strange. All right.
Hi.
Consider. Oh, I heard a voice. Did someone just talk?
I just want to say hi.
Oh, hello. Thank you. Good. There is someone else who can talk. Wonderful. I'm not alone. This is strange. All right.
I can't really
manage
to get. I managed to get a Wi-Fi on the Target because I'm in San Francisco to renew my passport.
Okay.
So I'm just walking around, trying to be discreet.
Okay. Okay. You can just give a for I agree or I don't agree. How's that sound?
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Question 1. Consider 5 individuals with different occupations. In a barter system, which of the following pairs has a double coincidence of wants? I put D. None of the above are correct.
D.
Me too.
Sweet. Good. Question 2. The existence of money, B, makes trade easier.
B. Yeah.
Sweet. 3. Which of the following is a store of value? A, cash and stocks.
A.
Good. 4. Which list ranks assets from most to least liquid? B, currency, stocks, fine art.
Yes. B.
5. When colonists in Virginia used tobacco as money, their money, A, was commodity money.
A.
A.
Sweet. Which of the following is not included in M1? I put C, savings deposit.
Yeah,
C.
Me too.
Oh, good. Hey, we're having a good start. 7. Savings deposits are included in B, M2, but not M1.
B.
7B.
You said B as well?
B. 7.
Sweet. All right. 8. Economists call an institution designed to oversee the banking system and regulate the quantity of money in the economy. I'm on 8. A, central bank.
Yeah. A.
9. All Fed purchases and sales of B, government bonds, are conducted at the New York Fed's trading desk.
Yeah. B.
10. On a bank's T account, which are part of the bank's assets? C, reserves but not deposits made by its customers.
Yeah. C.
11. A bank has 8,000 in deposits and 6,000 in loans. It has loaned out all it can give the reserve requirement. It follows that the reserve requirement is C, 25%.
Yeah. C. 11C.
Oh, yeah, 11. Did I say 12? Sorry, I meant to say 11. Yeah, 11C. 12. What was that? Okay, 12. If the reserve ratio is 5%, then $500 of additional reserves can create up to B, 10,000 of new money.
B.
Sweet. 13. If the reserve ratio is 8%, then a decrease in reserves of $6,000 can cause the money supply to fall by as much as B, 75,000.
B.
So 13B.
Yes.
And 12B as well.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
Oh, good. A new record, guys. All right, 14.
Yeah.
And right, we're doing great. In Yugoland, the money supply is $8 million and reserves are $1 million. Assuming that people hold only deposits and no currency, and that banks hold no excess reserves, then the reserve requirement is B, 12.5%.
B.
14B. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. 15. The federal funds rate is the interest rate.
Sorry. Can you guys tell me how you guys got 14?
Yes. So is that formula the 1 over R? And since you have 8 million deposits, it's basically I did 8 goes into 100, which is 0.12. Well, percentage wise, it's 0.125. So then you do 0.125 times 100, so that gives you your 12.5%. Please tell me if I lose you on this. And so once you have your 12.5%, that would be your answer on 14. Let me see. So the reserve requirement, you always take the R and you do the 1 over R ratio. And since it is 8, well, it'd be 1/8, so it'd be 1 over 8. And we do 1 over 8, then you have to put 8 into the 100. That's how I do it. I try and take, okay, here's my number. If they give you the number like 5 or 10, that's easy because 5 is 20 and 10 is 10. But when they give you a weird number like 8, 6, 12, I always take that number and I divide it into 100. And that's how I get my number. So I just took 8 into 100.
I'm confused.
Basically, we're trying to get the reserves as a percentage in this one. And so the 1 million is basically 12.5% of 8 million.
Yeah, because your formula is 1 over 8. You have 1 out of 8. So you have to turn that into a percentage.
Okay.
Because you know how when they tell you, okay, you have $8 million deposits, and let's say you want 10% in reserves, you're just doing the formula different. Instead of finding out 10% of reserves, they're telling you what your reserves are, which is 1 million. And so now you're like, okay, well, if I have 8 million in deposits and they require 1 million in reserves, what is the percentage that I'm reserving? Does that make sense?
Okay. We're good to move on.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, sorry, I don't see the Google Hangouts because I'm looking at the question. 15, the federal funds rate is the interest rate that A, banks charge one another for loans.
Is this for 15?
Mm-hmm. Did you guys put A?
Put C.
C. I found my answer on slide 35.
I put A.
If you go to the PowerPoint and you look at slide 35, let me open that up. Let's see.
I basically just did the opposite. So apparently I might have the federal funds rate confused with, what's the other one?
Which one are we on?
I put A.
I put A as well. If you look at slide 35, it says on any given day, banks with insufficient reserves can borrow from banks with excess reserves. The interest rate on these loans is the federal funds rate. So federal funds rate is the interest that on the loans that you get when banks borrow from banks. Does that make sense?
You got A?
Yeah, because banks are charging one another for loans. They're charging an interest rate on the loan. So if one bank has insufficient reserves, then they have to borrow from another bank who has extra reserves, excess reserves. And the bank that's loaning them that money is charging them an interest rate. That interest rate is called the federal funds rate. That's what they're charging them for that loan.
It's in the reading too. It says federal funds rate, market determined interest rate that banks charge on loans they make to each other.
Oh.
Okay.
And is this 15?
Yes.
Yes.
15A. Okay.
Yes.
Then 16.
All right, 16. I put A, the discount window or the term auction facility, which is from slide number 30.
Mm-hmm. 16A. Yep.
Okay. 17, when the Fed conducts open market purchases, A, it buys treasury securities. Okay.
A.
18, I put 200 million, whatever that is, tasers. Did you guys get 200 million for B?
I don't know how to do this.
I had a big old question mark on this one too.
I put A on 18. Is it the one Is it 250 million? That's the A alternative.
Okay, so on this one, you take the 300, and you would divide that by the 7,500 deposits, and then you would end up with a 4% rate, and then you would take that 4%, and that would basically our equation. So it'd be 1 divided by basically 4%, and that would get you 25, and you would do the 25 times the 10 million to get the 250 million phases or TASes.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Okay, so you did the 25 times, I get that now.
You
This
did
is 25 times
what?
300.
Could you say that again?
25 times 300.
No, I just did the 25 times the 10 million. Because we're increasing loans, so we're increasing the dollar amount by a certain amount.
Oh, okay.
And so we had to find the rate. Is it the ratio?
So the answer is A, 250 million. That makes sense.
In order to find out how much per dollar we'd be increasing for the 10 million.
That makes sense. Yep. Thank you.
Okay.
19, I put B, both the decision to hold relatively more currency and the decision to hold relatively more excess reserves would make the money supply decrease.
B.
Yeah, I put B.
Sweet. And then 20, the Fed's control of the money supply is not precise because D, the amount of money in the economy depends in part on the behavior of depositors and bankers.
D.
Yep. D.
Yeah, D.
As in dog.
Wait, did I put D?
Yeah.
Yes.
D.
Okay.
Yes, I put D.
Can I just repeat?
And that one, number 20, is found on page 16.4c.
Mhm.
So number 1 was D, as in dog. 2,
Yeah.
B as in boy. 3,
Yeah.
A as in apple. 4, B as in boy.
Mhm.
5, A as in apple. 6, C as in cat. 7, B as in boy. 8, A as in apple. 9, B, boy. 10, C, cat. 11, C, cat. 12, B, boy. 13, B, 75,000. 14, B, 12.5%. 15A, apple. 16A, apple. 17A, apple. 18A, apple. 19B, boy. 20D, dog.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Have a great night, guys. I think we're done then.
Yep. Perfect.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
See ya.
Thanks, guys.